had to know God for myself, and I couldn't go based off my mama's faith or my dad's faith. I had to see, like, feel him for myself.
So Malik, man, how was your life like before meeting Jesus Christ?
Reckless. Well, not too much reckless, but immature. You know, just doing the most that the regular young adult would be doing.
Okay.
You know, running after girls, you know, trying to smoke, drink, gambling, this and that. I mean, I party too, but I wasn't a bad kid, you know. But I did all of those things, so I got a resume on me. But yeah, that's how my life was, man. You know, just trying to be the life of the party. Always trying to run with the crowd, you know, not wanting to miss out on anything. But yeah, man, I wasn't no saint, so yeah, that's how life was.
What was the eye-opener that changed your life, that made you come towards the cross instead of running away from the cross?
Well, when I got sick with my stroke, man, that was the big eye-opener. And I found out I was gonna be a father, so I was just like, I had to do something. It was very rare of a 25-year-old having a stroke. Yeah. And then I didn't even know that I was having a stroke or anything. I had got my gallbladder taken out probably 3 weeks before that. Okay. So I'm dealing with my gallbladder or whatever, and I went back to work a week afterwards. And that whole week at work, man, I was bad. Like, I couldn't eat, man. I was like sick, trying to throw up, but I didn't have nothing to throw up, throwing up my stomach lining. So it got to a point, man, where it was just like a Wednesday, I think it was either a Tuesday or Wednesday night. And I told my mom, I was like, man, I need to go to the doctor. You know, I need to go to the hospital at this point. But I remember getting to the ER, and they didn't say nothing about a stroke. They just was like, man, you just, I think it was an infection or something that they said that caused that or whatever. So they sent me home. But that following morning, about 4 or 5 that morning, man, this when I knew something was really wrong. You know, you got an Xbox controller, an Xbox game. I was trying to put my game on Netflix to watch it. And I kept dropping my controller. So every time I drop my controller, I try to pick it up. As soon as I pick it up, I drop it again. Little did I know my mom was in the hallway watching me. And she was like, yeah, something wrong for sure. So, man, that whole day, man, I stayed at the hospital for probably 3-4 hours, running CAT scans and all that. And then, man, I never forget it, man. The doctor came in. I think it was me, my aunt Jessica, and a couple more of my aunties. My mom was in the hallway, and he came in, he was like, Mr. Justice, we gotta hurry up and airlift you to Tennessee because you've had a stroke. I'm looking, I'm like, I had a stroke. You got a stroke, gotta hurry up and get you there. So I'm just like, all right. But, you know, just to hear that and then hear the cry from my mom and my loved ones, like, I didn't really have time to think about myself because I was just really thinking about them. But fast forward to, I get to Jackson, Tennessee Hospital. I spend 8 days there, and I find out that I'm diagnosed with congestive heart failure. Right. My heart is only at 10%, so I'm basically dead. Not dead, but I'm a dead man walking. I can't do nothing for myself. So at that point, it's like so many emotions going through my mind. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen. Am I gonna die? Am I gonna ever be the same?
Right. You find out you got a son on the way.
Yes. So I'm like, at that point, I don't even have time to think about myself, if you know what I mean.
Through all of that, the eye-opener to make you turn towards the cross, what do you feel like, what was the eye-opener in that? Because that is a lot of stuff, but what made you think, you know what, my life is definitely not in my hands, it's in something greater?
It wasn't when I was in the hospital, it was when I got back to the house.
Come on.
I got back to the house, and I think it was probably a week, 2 weeks after Thanksgiving, man. I wasn't eating or anything, but I was just up all the time. Like, I couldn't sleep. I'd be screaming, like crying in my sleep, yelling, you know, and all this. And so I went into the bathroom one night. It was probably like 3, 4 in the morning. thinking I was gonna, throw up or something, but no, I told myself, I was like, man, I'm not gonna throw up tonight. But I put this song on, and it's called Lord, Don't Do It Without Me. And I put it, and I just played it, man. I was just screaming to the top of my lungs, man, crying, man. I was just like, bro, God, I need you. This, and like, man, I'm putting my trust in you. At that point, I didn't care who I woke up, which I had already told my mama, like, I apologize, because she knew I would get up, and she knew I got up in the middle of the night and I'd be in so much pain. But man, that night, it was different. It was a real encounter that I had never had as a person, as a human, and I felt him. I didn't throw up, but I felt him, man. I just screamed to the top of my lungs, man. I just like, man, I can't do this without you. And that was just the eye opener right then and there. And from that point on, man, I transitioned, and I matured up from that point. Like that time, like that night, it was different. It's still been different.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like, man, I had to know God for myself, and I couldn't go based off my mama's faith or my dad's faith. I had to see, like, feel him for myself.
Right.
And that's the first time I really felt his presence in that bathroom.
Yeah.
People think you have to be at the church or whatever, but no, I was in the bathroom at like 4 a.m.
Wow.
I felt his presence, yeah.
Wow.
So,
well,
man, my June 30th, 2023, my son, Malek, Josiah, he was born, man, one of the best days of my life. And just watching him grow, man, has been a journey, and honestly, like, breathtaking.
Yeah. Just
to see somebody that you created, man, just like love you for you, and just, like, he wake up with a smile on his face, man, that'd be my, like, reminder to keep pushing and to keep, to know that, like, I got somebody looking after me, man, somebody dependent on me. And it's a blessing to just have him, and I'm just thankful God, let us borrow him. I say borrow because he can take him whenever,
You dedicate him back. That's
exactly,
right.
But yeah, man, he's been a win for me, most definitely. And then I've had a lot of more things that I've accomplished as far as just going back to school, man.
Come on.
And I graduated from Northeast after so many years, but
come on,
it's been.
But after a stroke, though.
Yeah, exactly. And, I have been down so many times, bro. But shout out to God, man. That was a big accomplishment, man. Having my people come to support me, man, and y'all being in my corner, man. It was a blessing for real. And like, ever since when I haven't worked either. So but God has put things in action where I have never, like, needed anything, whether it's been a family that He placed in my life, or doors He's opened, or people just giving, or anything. Like, I have never went without.
Yeah.
So, man, it's been a major blessing. I haven't lacked anything.
Man.
So, like,
what would you tell maybe younger people around, like, that age, 25, or maybe let's just say 18 to whatever, just that youth generation of what you have experienced to now? What would you tell them?
Just because He brought me out some don't mean I stay out of stuff. I went back to some of the stuff, but He's letting me know that I'm here. But you have to want to have a connection. We need to have a connection, but you have to want to have a connection. So, man, just be patient with yourself, and you gotta take one day at a time, man. With everything that's happening, man, you gotta take a day, one day at a time, and be yourself, and just know that you got God in your corner.
Right. Wow, we're thankful that you're here, and God spared your life, and you understand the responsibility that He's giving you, that life to live for Him. And so that's what I feel like, that's what God wants us all to do. We have people that are looking at us, and they're looking for the right way to go. So, hey, man, thank you for just sharing your testimony.
Appreciate it, man.
The story, man.
Yes,
yeah,
sir,
for sure.
man.
Love you. Yeah, love you too.